Welcome to the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Unfiltered laughs, honest conversations, and everything in between.
This is your backstage pass to the best moments from Ryder and Lisa.
On demand.
Powered by Always Plumbing and Heating.
You know, I started my day off seeing a black feather on the ground when I was walking to my vehicle, and I feel like that's good luck.
How gross is it that when we were kids, we'd see that and like pick it up, put it in our hair, like chew on it?
And some of them would have a little bit of a glistening, like blue-black vibe to them, magpies. And you'd you'd rub it up against your cheek. You put it in your hair. You'd be like, I'm a witch. No, you now have some sort of unknown disease. Congrats.
You started the bird flu.
Congratulations. No, I saw it and I went, I'm going to have a great day. Nothing has gone right since. Nothing. My coffee was made wrong. My promo code when I'm trying to get a ticket to an event's not working. So how do I change this? What do I do? Do I have to go pick a feather off of a bird that is just trying to live its life?
And rub it on your face.
And try again?
Yeah. Yeah, did you pick up the feather on the ground?
I didn't touch it. Maybe I'm supposed to touch it and rub it and like put it in my mouth.
If I say the name Liver King, do you know who I'm referring to?
No idea.
It was an influencer who's absolutely jacked. He claimed that he was on the carnivore diet, and that's it for quite some time. And so he'd eat like really kind of gross-looking meat. He'd eat a lot of raw meat.
I'm assuming a lot of liver.
And a lot of liver,
okay.
Which is one of the healthiest things you can eat when it comes to protein.
Ugh. Okay.
He has been arrested after making a terrorist threat against Joe Rogan.
Oh, I heard about this. I didn't know who the guy was, but I remember reading about this yesterday that someone was threatening Joe.
Pretty well-known dude. Like Liver King racked up the followers, and he was starting to make a whole bunch of money selling supplements.
So did Joe make fun of him on a podcast episode?
Joe addressed that he had a steroid scandal in 2022, and that's the reason he was so jacked, and it's all a bit of a facade. And apparently it like just tanked this guy's business.
As awful as this whole situation is, transparency is key. If you're doing steroids, you can't be telling your followers that you'll look like me if you just follow my diet and eat my supplements. That's not...
Exactly.
accurate.
Yeah, there was another influencer that we talked about a month ago, I remember, and she ended up having to open up about going on Ozempic, and then it wasn't just her fitness plan that was getting her,
It probably tanked her whole business plan too, because she was selling her workout plans.
Exactly. So the Liver King was so jacked because he was on steroids for the most part. Anyway, starts making these death threats and posting like pictures of him holding guns and just seemed very unstable. The guy needs to mix in some broccoli to just level out, but he has since been arrested.
Dang.
And I wonder what he's going to eat in jail.
Yeah, that slop that they serve you, I could see him having a bit of a hissy fit.
Just trying to eat the meat out of the slop. You were telling me about a poop cruise. What is a poop cruise?
It's a story from 2013 of a cruise ship that lost its power at around 5 a.m. and then there was sewage backup happening. There were 4,000 cruise passengers on this, stranded at sea, no power, no plumbing. And there's a documentary now out on Netflix. It's called Poop Cruise.
Why don't you just go to the bathroom off the boat?
That's so scary. Do you know how high up you'd be?
Yeah, but like put in something. Put in like a rope that you can hold on to and lean over.
There's no way. Listen, I want to watch this documentary so bad, but as soon as I saw the trailer for 4 milliseconds, I started gagging because I have megalophobia, so I can't actually look at cruise ships. It makes me very dizzy, very sick. So can everyone else watch it and let me know what happens? Because Wikipedia is not giving enough details.
May I?
Sure.
You've bought into your own issues.
I don't think so, Ryder.
Because
something's up.
You've told yourself numerous times how scared you are of things. And then when it happens, you're like, oh, yeah, see, like I told myself.
I tried, though. I tried to look at a video of a cruise ship because there was that viral clip of the largest cruise ship in the world coming towards the dock. And I couldn't do it. I physically could not. I was going to throw up. So someone else watched Poop Cruise. It's now out on Netflix. I heard it's really interesting. And just give me the Coles notes. Thanks.
An artist that we watched grow up in front of our very eyes had a mishap on stage. She's now 42 years old.
Which isn't old, by the way, but the fact that this happened to her makes you go, oh.
Yeah.
So she's not 18 anymore.
No. LeeAnn Rimes experienced an unexpected dental mishap. While she was singing her hit One-Way Ticket, she felt something pop in her mouth and realized her dental bridge had fallen out. And she had to try to continue singing while pushing her teeth back into place.
Her teeth fell out. No.
Yeah, that's rough, eh? Imagine how embarrassing it would be on stage to have something like that happen.
Also, how do you continue singing? I guess you can. And if you did, you'd have a bit of a lisp going on. Like trying to sing Can't Fight the Moonlight with a lisp.
Yeah, tricky.
Sounds tricky. And you know what? She was visibly flustered. You feel bad for her, but good for her. She laughed it off. She kept singing. And you kind of have to when you're dealing with mishaps. I watched a TikTok of this woman who was filming herself in the gym about to do a deadlift, okay? And she's only wearing a sports bra on the top. And it's one of those sports bras that clips in the back. And when she bends down to pick it up, it unpops and it falls straight to the floor. Like, luckily, she edited the video to cut it off right before she's exposed. But she's in the middle of a busy gym. And you need help, like, trying to get that clasped back on.
This is why I wear T-shirts when I work out, never just the sports bra.
Yeah, exactly. You got to play it safe. But yeah, I feel bad for LeeAnn Rimes. She lost her teeth on stage recently. She was performing in Washington.
There was another malfunction that's going viral right now, too. So that this is a common thing recently. It was a guy running the hurdles, and his shorts split early in the race. And I don't know what kind of underwear he was wearing. Maybe none.
I don't think he was wearing any.
And
everything came out.
Yep. And like that is the most dangerous sport I can think of in that situation. You were jumping over something and barely clearing it. And if you got things hanging, like they're just going to...
Yeah, every time.
Every 10 meters.
Man.
And he had a big smile on his face by the end of the race, too. He realized what had happened because he even tries to tuck it
You have to laugh it off.
in.
You can't help it. And our bodies are our bodies.
Yeah.
And things are going to fall out. That's life.
That's life. LeeAnn Rimes knows it. That hurdle jumper knows it.
The bra girl.
Things are going to pop out once in a while, yeah? Should we do a little LeeAnn Rimes?
Absolutely. Sing it with a list.
Okay.
It's Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay. Brought to you by Out of Bounds Restaurant.
We're doing this thing.
We are. We got Megan on the phone dropping off your 2-year-old, ready to win $1,000 before your day even starts. How you doing?
Woo woo!
Woo-woo! You've got this. All right, so you need to choose a teammate. Who do you want to roll with for Ryder and Lisa's 1K wordplay?
I'm going to go with Lisa.
Okay.
So here's how the game works. I'm going to give you 5 words. You've got a 25-second timer to deal with. Just tell me the most common word you think could be linked to each. And then we'll get Lisa back in to play the same game for every answer that matches. It's $25. Hit them all and it's $1,000. We've had a couple $100 winners. Been real close this week. Let's get her done.
Yeah, you got it.
First word is key. K-E-Y. Key.
House.
Triangle.
Shape.
Freezer.
Fridge.
Frog.
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 Pond.
Book.
Reading.
All right. Well done. Let's get Lisa back in here.
My
Whoa.
goodness.
Man, you did pretty good, Megan. These are good answers.
On the phone. Oh my God, I'm all nervous.
Okay,
I'm back.
Lisa. You
How'd it
ready
go?
for this?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What is the first word that comes to mind when I say book?
Read.
She said reading.
Well-
We will count it.
I like it. $25.
Triangle.
Oh.
You got this, Lisa.
Shape.
Make me proud.
Woo! $50.
Woo!
Oh my gosh.
My daughter's happy too.
Was that a woo from your kid? That's so cute. I love it.
Freezer.
Well, there's a couple answers here. Freezer, I'm going to say...
No.
I'm going to say food.
Oh.
No! What's the word?
It's another F word.
Wait.
Fridge.
So cute. The best.
Okay, there is a chance we can still get to $100.
Please, please, please.
What's the first word that comes to mind, Lisa, when I say frog?
For frog, I'm going to say hop.
Okay, she said pond.
Oh, no.
And key. Key. Key.
Key? Key lock.
She said house.
Oh,
That's a good one.
Megan.
It'll be $50
sorry.
today, Meg.
Good job, Megan.
Thank you, guys.
Okay,
Have a great day.
Stay on the line. We need your info. Okay, well, maybe. Oh, Ryder,
What?
we're not here tomorrow
Correct?
or Monday
Correct.
or Tuesday.
That's right.
Next chance to win $1,000. Wednesday next week at 7:50. Be listening for that cue to text.
We've got TV and movie news for you. What movie comes to mind when you hear that?
Ghostbusters. I almost said Blockbuster.
That would come to mind too, though.
I guess so. In TV news, there's a new Squid Game. Season 3 is out tomorrow on Netflix. Also on Netflix, the Poop Cruise documentary, all about a 2013 cruise that lost its power. 4,000 cruise passengers got stranded at sea, and the plumbing was backed up. Just sounds like a nightmare. So that's, everyone seems to be talking about it. So if that interests you,
All right.
give it a watch. Also, in movie news, The Social Network Part 2 is in the works. Not sure if Jesse Eisenberg is coming back as Mark Zuckerberg. I would assume yes, but I'm excited to see what the topic will be.
How
Because
social media is ruining the world.
it's just taken over, right? And it took us having to pay Facebook to get a blue check mark on our pages in order for them to take us seriously and delete the fake accounts of us scamming people trying to get their money.
Yeah.
Ratatouille 2, which, by the way, is also fun to say. Try it.
Well, why don't they just call it Ratatouille?
That's a valid point.
Yeah.
Ratatouille 2 is reportedly in the works at Disney. Let's go.
There's a Bratz live action coming. Can you explain to me what Bratz is, like a kindergartner?
I was a little too old for Bratz, but it's those dolls with the big eyes.
Okay. Kim Kardashian may have landed the role of the villain in an upcoming Bratz live action.
She looks like a Bratz in real life. So that makes sense. We have to talk about what happened on The Simpsons.
Yeah, they killed off Marge.
That's grim.
But it's only for flash forward episodes, I think.
Oh. Has that happened in any other shows?
It has to have happened, especially movies.
No, but,
Cartoon
like-
characters would die all the time.
No, I
in
know, but I'm
movies.
talking more so about like TV shows that have over 30 seasons. Oh, I
Yeah.
guess South Park, but then doesn't he like come back and like he's still alive?
They've killed
Kenny?
off a few characters.
You killed
yeah.
Kenny.
That's right. Quite the coinkydink on Jeopardy recently. So, contestant Emily Croak from Denver, Colorado, made quite the revelation after she correctly answered a Final Jeopardy question. It had to do with somebody who was a distant relative of her. So she let host Ken Jennings know afterwards that there was actually a family connection to who Final Jeopardy was asked to her about. Can you imagine you're on Jeopardy and they ask a question about your uncle? And they had no idea she was
Right.
related to this person.
Yeah, how would you know?
But it ended up winning her $13,201, which if I was one of the other contestants, I think I'd have an issue with.
Yeah, you'd be like, is this rigged?
This doesn't seem fair. You're
Yeah.
asking her questions about her family. Of course she's going to know. But what a coincidence, right? Uh-huh. Some of those stories that end up shaking down in people's lives of coinkydinks are mind-blowing to me. We've gotten a few texts in already about this. This one's pretty wild. My friend and I were on a road trip a few years ago and needed a place to stay. We both told each other we had a friend in the city we were going through, so we figured we'd be able to crash with one of them. We each sent them texts. Turns out our two friends were roommates.
No.
And they had both greenlit that they might have people coming to town soon. They had no idea we were in the same car together. So it was a coincidence on both sides. So we are talking Coinkidinks. What is your wildest story? This one's pretty awesome. It comes to us from April. She says, I was a server in the Yukon and served this table of motorcyclists. At the same time, my dad was doing a motorcycle trip in southern BC and happened to stumble upon these guys at a bar that had come from the Yukon. He sent me a picture with them because these guys figured out that his daughter was the one who served them the night before. What are the odds of that?
Yeah, she goes on to say they figured out the connection because of a distinct tattoo on my arm.
Huh.
What?
Yeah, that's a wild one, right?
That's so cool.
I love these stories. Thank you for sharing. 780-784-7107. This one is mind-boggling. My phone died while I was at my kid's soccer game this year, so I borrowed another parent's phone to call my husband and let him know what time we'd be home. I thought I knew his number off by heart, called it. Whoops, wrong number. The person I called by accident was another parent on the team.
No.
So one more time, she borrowed a parent's phone, another parent's phone at a soccer game to call her husband.
Dialed the wrong number.
And called someone else.
That was at that game?
It was at the game. Yeah, the phone rang beside her.
No. That scares me.
That's a wild one, right?
It's so interesting. If you have a coincidence story, hit us up and tell us.
Going through some of our favorite Coinkidink stories. One time, my dad and I were discussing his friend while out driving. As we were talking, we pulled up to a red light, look over, and it was literally the guy we were talking about.
That happens so much. You can be discussing someone or thinking about them. You had a dream about them. They walk into the restaurant you're at the next day. It's so weird.
Yeah. And I wonder if part of it, I think there's like a phenomenon around it, but there's also a scientific way to break it down. It's that you're more aware
of your surroundings.
If you have thought of that before. That was a really bad way to break it down.
You're more hyper-focused on your surroundings. Like they could be passing you either way.
Yeah, that's an even worse way, maybe.
Yeah, we're drifting further away from the point. Anyway.
School's out for the summer. So just like your kids, we've stopped caring about education.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So my grandpa was at the grocery store years and years ago and met this woman who they got to small talking, and he was very into the church back then. So they got to talking about church, and it happens to be that her mom went to the same church as my grandpa. Anyway, so they left, went out their day, didn't exchange anything, just said goodbye. And all of a sudden, a few hours later, he gets a call from this woman who's looking for her drug dealer. And he says, who is this? Like, ask for her name. And it happens to be the same woman he had just met in the grocery store who dialed one wrong number. So she actually ended up thinking that was a sign from God, and she started going to church and has been ever since.
Whoa.
Is she still contacting the drug dealer as well, though?
No. I think she turned her life around when she realized that that was a sign that she needed to reconnect with.
Okay, your grandpa is like a guardian angel. That is so cool.
Yeah. Pretty wild.
Especially the fact that he was talking about church. That is a really cool story. Also, your daughter needs your attention, apparently.
Mommy.
Mom, who are you talking
to? Can you play that intro?
For what segment?
Like the best one that's ever been created. That song that just everybody sings along to that's so catchy.
Oh, no, don't play that one.
Yeah, can you
Don't believe him. It's not good.
So you think things are bad with you? Well, just wait and we'll see if that's true. From shattered dreams to heartbreak too, we've got stories that will change your view. It is time for another story that will make you feel good about what's going on in your world. by just shining a light on somebody that's got it worse than you.
Let's hear it.
A lifeguard in New Jersey was impaled. Is that the word or is it impaled?
Impaled.
Impaled. Yeah, I was thinking Impala, the car. No, impaled by an umbrella at a beach.
Ouch.
Resulting in her hospitalization. She's okay, but like the umbrella caught wind and then flew at her and like ended up going right through her shoulder.
That sounds like a scene from Final Destination.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
I don't trust umbrellas. They're shady.
Oh, no.
Have you seen this new trend of people eating onions like apples?
It's a trend now. I know that a lot of people use half an onion to clean their grill. I didn't know people were eating them like apples.
Well, that has nothing to do with what I was talking about.
That's the onion update.
Okay.
That's on my feed,
Sure.
personally.
Yeah. Onions actually work great to clean a grill.
Exactly.
And I don't know why people would try to eat them like apples. That sounds disturbing. Think of your breath.
Maybe, is it good for your immune system? Is that it?
Like, there are people that are saying onions have been mistreated and are actually quite sweet and delicious. And it's this TikTok trend of people. I don't know if they're trying to like keep a face like they're not eating an onion.
Does anyone listening know someone that eats an onion like an apple? Because I need to talk to them.
You won't even eat onions if you know that. You won't even eat your favorite dish if you know onions are in
No,
it.
I like onions in a dish for flavor, but they have to be chopped up really small.
Okay, so you would never.
I don't like the chunky uns.
You'd never go for an onion apple then.
Never.
Okay. Have you heard of a pretty privilege before?
Yes, I have.
New stats come out that say like it's actually legit. Attractive employees can earn up to $20,000 more than their colleagues annually, which lines up.
Yeah, I think I make more than you now.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Ryder and Lisa podcast.
Thanks for being a part of the Ryder and Lisa community. If you liked hanging out with us, don't forget to subscribe and share the laughs with your friends.
Powered by Always Plumbing and Heating.